Assalamu alaikum viewers, please like, share and subscribe this channel. Links of PDF files used in this video are given in description. So today is a part 3 of a lecture series about NMR spectroscopy, and in this particular lecture we will mainly discuss the topic of chemical shift and diamagnetic shielding or diamagnetic anisotropy. So in the previous lecture we have discussed that a proton nucleus will go to high energy state, or it will flip at a particular frequency and in the presence of a particular field strength. For example, if we apply a frequency of 60 megahertz in the magnetic field of 1.4 Tesla, then it will flip. However, if all the proton present in a molecule will flip at this frequency in the presence of 1.4 Tesla magnetic field, then there will be no use of NMR at all in structural elucidation, because if all at once will flip, then how we can have information about different types of protons present in a molecule. So this is the beauty of this NMR spectroscopy, and it explains that not all protons in a molecule have resonance at exactly the same frequency. So when we call it, generally at 60 megahertz all will flip, but there is a slight difference, and not all the protons will flip in the same. So next question is, why all the protons are not flipped although we have maintained a gyromagnetic radiation ratio. So this variability is due to the fact that protons in a molecule are surrounded by electrons and exist in slightly different electronic or magnetic environments from one another, and the valence shell electron densities vary from one proton to another proton. So let me explain this fact in this diagram, and if you see here that this is the applied magnetic field, and the arrow indicates that this is the north pole and this is the south pole of this applied magnetic field, and this is the proton. And if we see, this is the hydrogen proton, and this in the center is nucleus, and surrounded by the electron. Now electron is also a charged particle, so in the presence of applied magnetic field, according to the rules of electromagnetic electromagnetic induction, so as the charged particle is placed in the external applied magnetic field, then it also starts to circulate or rotate, and we can see this is the direction of rotation of these electrons. And when some charged particle starts to move, then it also produces its own magnetic field. And if we again right hand rule, if we follow this rule of physics, and if we move the curvature of our right hand rule with this arrow direction, then the thumb will indicate the direction of north pole, which will be in this direction. So it means whenever the applied magnetic field is in on condition and we apply them, then not only the protons nucleus starts to rotate, but the electron is also a charged particle, so it also starts to rotate. And if we move the curvature of our right hand fingers along the direction of this electronic field, then the thumb will point the direction of north pole. So in this way another magnetic field is induced, and its direction is like this. And the whole, if we summarize this direction, then this is the north pole of this applied magnetic field and this is the south pole. So actually the induced magnetic field by the electrons, this field is called as diamagnetic shielding, or this is also called as diamagnetic anisotropy, and whereas the movement of these electrons is called as local diamagnetic current. So why it is important that this magnetic field induced will oppose the applied magnetic field, and what we can deduce from this analogy and this diagram is that whenever the applied magnetic field is striked on some proton, then the electrons produce their own induced magnetic field and its direction is always opposed to the applied magnetic field. Now what is happening that why this variability in the signal or every type of different type of proton produce a different signal is lies in this factor is that every proton will have a different number of electrons. When it will have a different electronic environment, then it will have a different amount of local diamagnetic current. In result, it will have a different diamagnetic shielding or diamagnetic anisotropy. So each proton will produce the diamagnetic anisotropy in a different strength. So each proton will sense this applied magnetic field differently. So in other words, when we call it as 1.41 Tesla and 60 megahertz frequency is required for the spin flipping, and in order to make the gyromagnetic ratio constant, then actually what is happening that each proton actually have different number of electrons, and this will produce a different field strength of the induced magnetic field which opposes this external magnetic field. Then each proton will sense this external magnetic field differently. For example, if a species have more number of electrons, or if we call it that as particular species electron rich, then it will cause a more magnetic field that opposes our applied magnetic field. So externally we are applying a field strength of 1.4 Tesla, but due to this diamagnetic anisotropy, the proton will not sense the complete 1.41 Tesla. Maybe it is actually feeling 1.39 Tesla. So we are externally applying 1.41 Tesla, but due to this opposition of the induced magnetic field caused by the electrons, it will feel like 1.39 Tesla. So it means the electrons will affect this field and all the protons will not flip into the excited state because they are not feeling exactly 1.41 Tesla or 60 megahertz frequency. So now what is our point of discussion here, that either we increase or decrease this magnetic field, or either we decrease or increase this frequency in order to do the flipping. So if more number of electrons, more induced magnetic field is produced, and that will oppose this applied magnetic field, and when there is more opposition, the external magnetic field will be sensed less by the protons, and we have to increase the field strength from normal to high in order to flip the nucleus. Or the other way we can do is that we have to then increase the frequency from 60 megahertz to like 66 megahertz or something like that. So in this way, not every proton will flip at a standard condition of 60 megahertz and 1.41 Tesla, but each will sense a different frequency, or each will sense a different magnetic field. So here comes the variation, and this variation is very helpful for us because now each different type of proton will do a nuclear spin flipping at a different frequency or at a different field strength. Now there is another factor, and we are going towards that, and that is the definition of units, and the new term has been devised which is called as chemical shift. And what is chemical shift? Just have a background. For example, difference between the resonance frequency of protons in chloromethane and fluoromethane is only of 72 hertz. Remember that when we apply 1.41 Tesla of external magnetic field, then chloromethane has a different environment, fluoromethane has a different environment. So the difference in these two chemicals is only 72 hertz in case of their NMR spectrum. So we are supplying the a frequency of 60 megahertz, whereas the difference in signal is only of 72 megahertz. 72 hertz. So this difference is very slight, and it is not measurable at all when we are talking about the values of frequency in megahertz. So actually we are not going to calculate exact difference between these molecules, and here it is said that no attempt is made to measure the exact frequency. Instead, the reference compound is placed in a solution. And what is that reference compound? That reference compound is called as tetramethylsilane, or TMS. Actually, the TMS molecule at that time, we considered it is as an internal standard, because in the spectrum of NMR its peak was appearing at one side of the spectrum, and at that time of discovery this compound was considered to be has maximum number of electrons surrounding them. And when maximum number of electrons are surrounding it, so it will cause a highest shielding environment. And if it is causing a highest shielding environment, so we need a very high magnetic field in order to flip its protons nucleus. And as a result of which, if we take this is the spectrum, so its peak lie at a one corner at one side. So we actually take this as a reference, and if some other compound peak is appearing, then we take the difference between these two peaks. So rather than to compare the peaks of molecules with one another, we take the difference of these two peaks from the TMS, or tetramethylsilane, which is called as internal standard.